Hello, hello, what's going on? Shalom to family and friends and partners out there. Good to see everybody. Good to hear from everybody. Hoping that you are blessed and highly favored in the Lord. Um, I just want to share a little project with y'all that I think that will bless the community in Northwest Indiana. One day I was going to a store and I seen the went to the produce section, and man, I'm telling you, our neighborhoods, African American neighborhoods, brown neighborhoods where brown people live in. It is a food desert, literally. We have high priced foods, low quality foods that they're going bad sometimes. They are brown, they're getting spoiled, they're going, and they want the full price for them, man. And so this summer, uh, I was going working on a project called a grow culture, agriculture, right? A grow culture, a culture where we grow our own food, our own fruits and vegetables, a culture where we teach young people the importance of growing their own meals, fresh, healthy foods from ground to table. And I just believe it'll be an awesome project for all of us to engage in and to embark in. And I'm looking for partners to sow funds, monetary blessing, sweat equity, which means you're going to roll up your sleeves and get out there, uh, and influential partners as well who got influence into the communities and other networks and to be able to help us out. So I'm going to show you what's going on with this agro culture. Let's go right into this agroculture or agriculture, right? Community led gardening project. And this is our agroculture mission. Learn how to grow and provide healthy food for local businesses and communities. Teach in partnership with local residents and assist them in yielding fresh produce for the city. And our mantra is plant, grow, feed, repeat. Then we plant, then we grow, then we feed, and then we repeat, right? We need our own community gardens, our own farms. There's going to be a food shortage coming up soon, so food crisis coming up, and we depend, in my opinion, too much on the grid, and we should at least be able to grow our sides, or if it's we have to go vegan overnight because they say there's a shortage on cows and chickens and all these different things, the meat that we eat. We should be able to at least be able to grow our own squash and beans and greens and tomatoes and be able to survive, right? So, what's the plan? Here's my plan. Um, I live in the Northwest Indiana Gary area, um, but the plan is I found a lot. I went to a particular neighborhood. I drove past, and it was an empty lot with just trees and bushes and everything. I said, man, this will be a perfect place to start a community garden. So my plan is to clean out the lot and get it prepared for next spring. And then the winter months, when the fall and the winter hit and the snow hits the ground, teach a curriculum via Zoom, a 7-week curriculum via Zoom to everybody who want to learn, kids, young adults, uh, novice, experts, everybody, a whole community of people that's learning about a grow culture, learning about growing and seed time and harvest time and getting everybody out there. Okay, and then creating a garden plan during these winter months during Zoom. And then plant seeds indoor and grow our own little seedlings, right? Uh, and once the first frost leaves, if you know anything about gardening and farming and planting, once the first frost where you don't have no more danger of frost hitting the ground or hitting the vegetation, then you plant. So in the late April, if we get or mid-April, be able to put the seed right into the ground. Um, Also sell some of those seedlings, right? Teach the youth, teach the community how to grow their own seedlings and sell their own seedlings, right? When you go to these different nurseries and different places, Menards and different places during the growing season, they might sell different eggplant seedlings, watermelon seedlings, collard green seedlings. Well, we can grow those seedlings ourselves and sell them, right? Um, Also look into joining with local farmers markets. Last year they had this past year they had an awesome farmers market on Fifth across the street from the Railcat Stadium. They had different farmers markets, and so we want to expand that. We want to plan that. We want to have our own a farmers market where we sell fresh fruits and vegetables to the community, and also just to get in churches and other organizations involved, right? And even if they don't have the lot or the land, guess what? You can grow grow in anything, right? You could grow in containers, 5-gallon buckets. You can grow things, bags, raised beds. You can grow things. Even if you just have to grow 2 things, just get to growing, get to going, and get to growing. And so that's what we want to do. We want a partnership with people. And I've seen different people. They have their little different community gardens. Excuse me. All over the place, and we want a partnership with that and teach more and expand that so we may be able to grow our own food. Okay, possible establishments. We have Faith Farms. If you haven't been by Faith Farms, check it out, man. They're really, really awesome down there on the east side. Pastor Whitaker and the Progressive Church. I like their setup pretty good. CLC, Brother Ken. Shout out to Brother Ken Patrick, City Life Center. Other clubs and organizations, maybe the YMCA, maybe the Boys and Girls Club, and churches. All right. So, where will this project start? We're going to start on the east side of Gary. We're going to start that project very soon. Here is some produce and that I grew. Some vegetables, some fruits and vegetables that I grew in my garden. These are some jalapeno peppers, some banana peppers, butternut squash, right? I had a little setup. And if you see my backyard, it's not big at all. And I yielded a lot of different things. I grew a lot of different things. These are when they was in the beginning stages, right? I made a makeshift greenhouse, okay? Now, I went to the grocery store, and they had greens for 68 cents a pound, right? To the right, the middle, and to the right, those are greens from my garden, right? I'm not tooting my horn or stroking my ego. I'm just telling you how easy it is to grow your own fruits and vegetables if you don't already know. Well, I go to the grocery store and get picked over wilted greens, not all the time, but a lot of times. You go, they're wilted and they're picked over. And they want to sell them to you for 68 cents when you can grow your own. Those radishes, those red radishes, we grew those as well. Okay, cucumbers. I went to the store, there was 89 cents a piece. You look at the bottom right corner, it says product of Mexico in yellow and white. They sent these all the way up here from Mexico, right? To the right, I grew these. They are bush pickles and garden pickles, cucumbers. Those are 2 different types of cucumbers that I grew in my garden this summer. So we can save on, and that's not even the full harvest right there. That's just one part. I got like so many, it was over 35, 40 cucumbers off of 2 plants, okay? Cilantro, 2 for $1, okay? Watermelons, $5 a piece, right? And those yellow peppers, those green bell peppers, yellow peppers, and those red peppers cost a lot of $2.99 a pound, product of Mexico. They shipped it up here from Mexico. And then look, this says, I should have blotted out the store name, but it's okay. It says the yellow squash, $2.50 for 2 of them. And the zucchini, $2.14 for 2 of them. These ones in the middle is the ones I grew in my yard. And of course, that's the pickle that snuck in there though. But these are ones I grew in my yard. How much more can we grow our own food, our own fruits and vegetables if we come together as a community? We want to have a food and it's fresh and it's organic and you know where it comes from. And I think it's just an awesome idea. Here's some acorn squash and some more yellow squash that I grew. I grew some corn. I grew some celery. This was all this summer. Okay, eggplant. They weren't the big kind, but they still was good, okay? And some green tomatoes. Those are 2 different types of tomatoes. Those are beefsteak, and I forgot the name of the other tomato. And I also had some what I call yellow boys. Well, after they ripe, they turn yellow, and they're awesome. 3 different kinds of beans, lima beans, green bean peas, green beans and peas, right? All right. And to the right again, they got some more collard greens. Sweet corn was 2 for $1 in the grocery store. 2 for $1, 50 cents a ear. And there's the corn in my yard growing for little or nothing, for pennies on the dollar. Okay, there's the peas again, the green beans and lima beans. Okay. To the left is zucchini, golden zucchini. It's a golden zucchini. They're really, really good. You stir fry them with a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper, real good. And cantaloupe. Now I didn't do real good on my cantaloupe and watermelon yield, but did get a few of them. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board and I'm going to learn and then maybe that's something you might do. You might be a real good in growing melons, right? We go and we see those guys out there with the big truck and they got all the melons. So the melons are so huge. You know what I mean? So that's a skill. That's a skill set, growing those melons. So hopefully I have a better melon yield next year. Okay. These are the Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts at Aldi's cost $1.99 a bag, right? And you can just pick these right off your own Brussels sprout little stalk in the backyard. Okay. And this is a butternut squash. This is a winter crop. This grows a lot. I got so much of this, I have to give this stuff away. And this is grown right in my backyard. Okay. Clean it out. You cut it and just cube it. Put some cracked pepper, some sea salt on it, some chili powder, some olive oil. Throw it in the oven for 40 minutes, and you got a side that's rich in vitamin A, and you will love it. Okay. That's the other plants. So all I'm saying is this: we can come together and grow. Have a grow culture, a culture of growing, right? In the food famine, food desert, we don't have to go hungry, right? We keep the seeds. A lot of the different when we go to get our fruits and vegetables from the store, we can keep some of those seeds. As long as you got a seed, you can reproduce. And they don't tell you that. We throw away our scraps, we throw it in the garbage, and we just keep going. We can collect those seeds from those green peppers. We can collect those seeds from a lot of different things, right? We can regrow celery. We can regrow onion, right? And we can regrow all of those different things. And once they get so big, we put them in the ground. I grew ginger. I grew garlic. I grew a lot of different things, right? And all kind of lavender. So it's a lot of different things that got medicinal purposes. I started working on growing turmeric. I grew turmeric. And then I cut it up and then I grounded it down. Turmeric has a strong medicinal purpose. Turmeric and black powder together. Black pepper, not black powder. So I want to partner with you, whether monetary, you say, hey man, I can't really get down, but I'm a sow a seed. You can do that, okay? Or if you're saying, look, I don't have that much funds, but I want to learn this. Sweat equity, right? Once you learn something, experience is the best teacher. They can never take it away from you. Or you might have a network of people that you influence or influence you. Tell them about the program. Give them my number, right? Give them my number, and I want to hook up and get this done because my goal is to see Gary fed and sustained. Not just Gary, but the surrounding communities, the region. I'm a region rat. I'm born and raised in the region. Sustained by their own food, right? They're not just stuck with the few leftover fruits and vegetables, overpriced fruits and vegetables that's at the grocery store. They can grow it their own self in their own backyard. So if and when the food famine hit, you already be set. You'll know how to grow your own. You'll be able to barter. We're going to go back to the area of barter and trade. You'll be able to trade onions for tomatoes, greens for strawberries or whatever. So get with me. Let me know what you think about this video. Email me, call me, and let me know what's going on. All right, thanks. Thank you.